All right. Club Soda Kenny is away on business. Actually, he's seeing his son off. His son's going to Iraq, which just sucks.
Yeah, he's going to Seattle to see his son.
Yeah, before his son gets shipped off to Iraq for, I think, about a year. So Kenny's going to be a mess, man.
I know.
That's got to suck.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's got to suck.
And your kids, you lose touch of all that. That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know what's going on with his kids?
I don't know if he talks about it at all.
Well, a little known fact that when my boys were young, Andrew nicknamed my boys Combat and Shootout. And as we speak,
no, I know that.
Combat is going to Iraq tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, he's leaving.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
man.
Mm-hmm. He's a cop in the Air Force.
Is he real? See, I don't know the whole story.
It's hard to pull over a plane.
Yeah.
Hold on.
See, we do sound effects now. It's fun, right?
That was an awful
that's a
joke.
Heavy thing. And, I just wish him, just health. That's it. I love your boys. And that's how I feel about him. Even if I didn't see you.
Right.
I heard about it, and I was like, all right, let's just, I pray for your boy. Believe me, I love him.
Thank you. My sentiments are the same for your boys. We all grew up together.
I know. It's
on the road.
Hey, further proof the military and just as a country we stink. Bush had to apologize over a U.S. soldier shooting a Koran. He apologized to Iraq's prime minister for American sniper shooting of a Koran, and the Iraqi government called U.S. military commanders to educate their soldiers to respect local religious beliefs.
Wow.
And it irritates me so much because Colin, who wants to go to Iraq, and I went to Iraq with, because he didn't respect the culture, is banned from going back to Iraq.
It's ridiculous.
Wait, you're banned from Iraq?
Yeah, I'm banned from, USO tours in the Middle East.
Why? What'd you do?
I don't know. Hey, well, I don't know. But, they apparently were friends. I made some little reference to some of the...
Locals or?
Some of the locals.
What did you say?
Nothing, I don't even know. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know whom... I haven't faced my accusers.
You didn't come out eating a ham, singing dreidel, dreidel, dreidel or anything.
You don't know what you did, but they said you can't go over there anymore?
Yeah, they said...
And you want to go back, right?
Yeah, I tried to go back, but they banned me.
Well, did the soldiers enjoy it? I'm sure when I was there with them,
of course,
loved it. And
well, I'm going back, so I'd love to have you on the thing. That we should make that happen. Yeah,
it can happen, Dave.
You sure?
I know you're banned.
It's an act of treason.
Yeah, but can't we Rambo it up? Can't you look different or something?
I may be able to perform for Al Qaeda.
Yeah, you should just switch
but
sides.
I can't perform for America.
You should switch sides.
Can't you go as a contractor and just, hey, anybody got a couple of... Oh, hey, you, son.
Blackwater would hire me.
Yeah. We can get you as a food server,
But it is so amazing, God.
I went back. I went with Colin. Bobby's actually going today with Dane Cook, and I want to go back. Dave's going July 5th through 10th to Iraq. I kind of want to go, man. I'll go with you, but not in the summer.
Why not?
Too hot.
Yeah, but that's the best part
of
it.
My birthday's in July.
That'd be great.
All right.
My birthday's in July.
How many shows do you do a day? Because we were doing like one a day. We had a pretty easy travel schedule. No helicopters. We flew. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and go from Afghanistan to Iraq, and I think there's only 2 flights a day with a layover in Detroit.
Dearborn.
Yeah, Toledo, there's a holding pad. No, so
they take off and they shoot you down over the city that you need to be in.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to even work, but I like in my mind, I'm thinking like comedy, it's like, hey, you pick up a one-nighter over here, but I think it's like another 20 hours from Afghanistan to Iraq.
Well, I'm going. Would I be going to Afghanistan or just Iraq?
No, just Iraq.
Oh, good.
You can go with me, man. That would be good.
I don't screw around.
I think you should come with us, Colin. I think that would be good.
Have fun, guys.
They'll sneak you in.
Well, you
somehow.
speak to
It could be like to who?
Senator Byrd.
Call our congressman.
Let's say hi to Eric in Colorado. Eric.
Hey, morning, boys.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, Jimmy, you're kind of oversimplifying what that sniper did.
Oh, all right. Way to humiliate me.
Well, sorry, but the actual story on it was a squad that had gone to the shooting range for target practice. They took a copy of the Koran.
Yes.
They had scrawled graffiti whatever. They had put graffiti inside the Koran, anti-Muslim ravings and whatnot, and then they used it for target practice. It was a cop, an Iraqi cop, who found it took it to his superiors, who went to tribal leaders. The soldier initially denied knowing anything about it. He lied to all the way up his chain of command. And then when he was finally confronted, that's why they're facing disciplinary action for it, for numerous violations of the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
That's what I said.
You did?
You oversimplified
No,
it.
But don't you?
You're right. I did, sir. But the bottom line is, when a U.S. soldier is captured, they show his ID on TV and they remove his head.
Yeah.
I understand. I agree with what you're saying, but what these soldiers did was way out of line too.
All right, it was inappropriate, but it is a war zone.
But don't you? I mean, they play it up. Though it's in all the manuals that they deliberately just figured it. Like they do that to their own Korans in Guantanamo Bay. Like that's known that's what they do. They're not that. They act like the Koran is so cherished, but meanwhile they attack each other in mosques and hide in mosques. So it's a little bit disingenuous when they start crying about that all the time.
I'm thinking that Dave's got something for the new Gong Show.
Yeah, this Koran shoot.
I think this could be a good one.
But
man.
because it's TV, we're going to use paintballs.
Well, you said you
know
want
what I'm
edgy. I think this is as
that
edgy
is
as
it.
you can get.
And then, of course, the beheading. I like that too. But you know what's so weird? Like you guys have been over there. Like you go to Kuwait first, which is kind of the Switzerland of the Middle East. You know, they're like, hey,
It's like the Hamptons.
We don't want you here. Never leave. You know, get out, American. You want to buy a car? You know, that kind of thing. But they tell you like all the things the Iraqi army did when they rolled through in 90. You know, it's like first thing they did is they hung our whole navy from meat hooks. Even though it's like 12 guys, it's still pretty weird. And then they raped and pillaged their way down, you know, Kuwaiti Boulevard. And it was kind of basically like a Source Awards there, but it was crazy.
I was actually nervous in Kuwait when we went in because you had a couple of armed guys that met us at the airport.
Yeah.
But in Iraq, you had full military protection. I mean, I didn't feel as protected in Kuwait. It's like, these are the regular streets. It's like, we only have two guys. That actually made me more nervous than Iraq did.
But you guys were there. Colin and Jim went there like right after
Saddam got caught.
Yeah, like when we won. You were there when we were winning.
It was still really, really scary.
Like what was that? Like 6 months after or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Before the beheading started, they hadn't. Al-Zarqawi started and had lopping off heads. That's why I didn't go back. I was too nervous about a helicopter going down somewhere.
Right. And you having to, you know.
Oh, please! They would plaster
the
my
woman.
face all over. Yeah. You know how fast I'd sell out the military if I was in a hostage video? It's a bit I'm working on.
Would you give your website if you were on the if you want more information about what I'm going through, go to
JimNorton.com / MySpace, whatever. JimNorton.com, it's not even mine.
Well, Eat a Bullet would have been.
But I was there in the summer.
Got the perfect website address already there, Jimmy.
It goes up to like 120, so you're kind of right not to go, but
But
really
it's
does.
dry heat, right?
It's a dry.
So you'll be all right. You should do the dry heat with David Tell. You should go.
The dry heat.
Jeff Ross almost had to go be hospitalized. I mean, not that he's like, when you look at like physical health, like if a guy like that, you know, like
Tim Sylvia.
That marathon.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Go ahead.
Who's Tim Sylvia?
Mixed martial artist.
Oh.
I stepped on that.
In other news. Oh, well, maybe not, because Colin decided.
I picked a good one that time.
You have.
I pity the poor fool. Don't eat my cereal.
Thanks for wrecking the flow of the show,
Yeah,
Colin.
Colin,
We
thanks
really
a lot.
appreciate it.
Long
Thanks.
bit.
In other news,
Anytime, guys.
let's say hi to Matt on Long Island. Matt,
Yes.
what's up, Matt?
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Who am I talking to?
Opie and Colin and Jimmy and David
And
Tell.
Nadia.
Hey, what's going on? I'm just calling to wish Kenny's son best of luck in Iraq. We'll pray for him while he's there, man.
Yeah, I think Kenny's son leaves today, right?
Jeffrey, yeah, from he's in Kuwait. Where's Kenny? Because he's going to Kuwait for 2 weeks. I think he's leaving Seattle to go to Kuwait for 2
Oh, he
weeks.
really is?
Yeah,
Wow.
Kenny's son is
all of a
going
sudden.
over there. He's starting today.
Military police.
He starts his travel over there.
And he'll be in Kuwait for 2 weeks. I think they kind of break you in, and then you go into Iraq. Break
Yeah.
you in. That's how non-military I
They
am.
acclimate you
Yeah.
to the
Yes.
climate.
Yeah, you trail for a week. Like a restaurant show.
Here's Kenny.
Kenny, so Jeffrey's going, he goes, he leaves Seattle today to go to Kuwait?
Yes, he's currently Fort Lewis McChord Air Force Base, which is just south of Tacoma, Washington, and he's going to Kuwait for 2 weeks. In process to Iraq through Kuwait,
Wow.
Okay.
and I don't know if it's confidential where he's going, but
Yeah, don't say where he's going.
Are you all right? How you feeling today?
I'm very proud of my son.
All right.
You're gonna make me get all choked up. I'm concerned, but it's a very honorable thing that he's doing.
Absolutely. And for those of you who don't know, you can't send any porn or any of that stuff to the guys in the military.
Only candy and stuff. They're really all weird about what they allow.
They don't allow any of that kind of stuff to go over there. So
yeah, I'm just finding out like all that information now, about it, all that stuff. And if anybody's going on a USO show, I'd love to go, and hopefully we can work it out to go where my son is, and I could get to see him.
Wouldn't that be wild if you come with us and you catch him masturbating? Like, all this way?
Are you getting him a satellite phone or any of that stuff?
He's checking into everything.
Emails.
I think
a lot of emails.
Yeah, the government gives you like 2 free phone calls a week.
Boy, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
I don't, all I know is like, it's going to be like average of 140 degrees there in the summer. Mm-hmm. And, he's going to be living in a tent with, like, no luxuries.
They probably don't want you to have too many phone calls either because they don't want you being too connected to home. Otherwise, it's too depressing.
No, they have email. You do emails.
2 phone calls, how many minutes, though?
Well, the good thing is,
I don't know.
The good thing is you won't have to worry for any renegade talent coming over like a Colin Quinn since he's been banned. It'll be all dog acts and, Miss Universe is from the 80s.
Yeah.
Hey, look what shirt. I just
you remember her on Sister, ladies. They always have like the weirdest,
Yeah.
I think it's so funny that they think our troops are like Bob Kelly is going over. They're really happy he's going, but they just find you to be inappropriate.
It's unbelievable.
We're all going except you. How does that
I know.
Colin's been banned, Kenny, if you didn't hear. He's not allowed to go
I really am getting a hint.
He doesn't really know why.
It was a Biloxi Blues incident.
I think we should start a petition.
We're sending you to Miramar, wherever that'll play, Burma. We're sending...
Start a petition to unban Colin.
A what?
Yes.
I love to stutter.
I know. It's cute.
Well, Kenny, that's amazing,
That's
man.
amazing.
Yes.
You feel like
such
such a
for your dad.
It must be even weirder for you to have such a patriotic, noble son and to be working for a gutless draft dodger like this bastard.
This yellow coat.
What?
Shut up, you spineless jellyfish.
I beg to differ with you. Mr. Norton is very patriotic.
That is true.
Thank you. That's right.
In kind of a selfish way, though.
No.
He loves America because of what it provides him.
That's
If
true,
T-shirt
especially
sales were
Can't see the big
terrorists,
picture.
we would have won 2 years ago.
I love America simply because of what they say you can do in California and Massachusetts.
Yeah.
What, the gay marriage or the porno taxing?
Well, I meant the gay marriage, but hold on.
Jim is always saying, America, love it or leave it.
You bet I do. You don't believe me? Read the bumper sticker on my car. Better dead than red. I've said that many times alone.
All right, Kenny. Well, we're all thinking about Jeffrey, obviously.
Thank you. I really appreciate.
Right.
Message boards too have been giving me a lot of well wishes and thoughts and prayers for my son, and it's all very appreciated.
How was the trip to Seattle? I know Kenny and his wife and his youngest son went over to see Jeff in Seattle. It was a good trip.
Yes, it was a beautiful 6-hour ride. Thank God. We had an emergency row, so I had the leg room.
It's a lot of pressure, though.
Yeah.
Did he cry?
No, there was no crying during.
You kept yourself together?
Yes, this departure.
Because your wife has been known to call you a baby.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the one who doesn't cry. You do?
Yeah.
Well,
she kind of rolls her eyes as Kenny does.
Yeah. When I first dropped him off at the recruiting office when he was leaving for boot camp, like the last vision my son had of his father was being a blubbering idiot.
The other moment, because I talked to your wife, I don't know, you went to see him as he was graduating from boot camp.
Right.
And you almost got him thrown right back into the beginning of boot camp because you were cheering too loud and stuff.
Yeah.
What's that story again?
Yeah, and I tell you,
Explain that story, because I'm not.
How could you get him? Did you show up in a dress or something? How did you do that?
No, it was just, I got caught up in the moment. I was never fortunate enough to have the military experience, and we went down there, and it's like really impressive. Like I never seen, a military base before, and, they're all squared away in their uniforms, and, they look good and they look tough, and they're marching around, and, they got that military bearing and presence.
Slow it down.
And they have the whole big ceremony on, I guess they call it the dress parade field or something, and and they announced the whole boot camp graduation, and all the proud parents were there, and no one was prouder than me And, I was just asked to tone it down a little.
Yeah, because if he acknowledged that his father was cheering for him, what would have happened? He would have had to start over or something like that?
There's like rules. Wow. There's PDAs, public displays of affection.
Right.
Like, there's all kind of rules about that, So, like, you can't, like, hug the kid for more than 2 seconds. You got to behave yourself. And, and me and my younger son are just creeps. We're trying, you drop something, we're goofing on everybody.
Yeah.
And my military son is like, he's all of a sudden the disciplinarian telling us to, like, behave ourselves.
See, but if that was the French army, you could have went up and tongue kissed them. Had a ball.
And who's the creep that they put on hug duty? Like he's got the timer. Like if you have to hug more than 2 seconds, he actually goes over and asks you to stop it.
Yeah. It's a whole different lifestyle, that military thing.
Yeah.
And he's a cop. He's a.
Yes. They call it security forces in the Air Force, and he's a cop in the Air Force. Yeah. So I'm very proud of him. He's kind of like following in my footsteps. And, Godspeed to him.
He'll do all right, man.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Kenny.
But thank you, everybody.